So having a technical knowledge was very essential for me. Without the technical knowledge, I will not be able to drive calls or requirement gathering. So yeah, so that's what, as we know that I'm playing multiple roles here. So I facilitate my developers with all the technical details by gathering these business use cases from different applications.
Hi, I'm Anna Anderson, CEO and founder of the Women in Project Management Network. I'm a project manager by profession, a career coach, a PMP trainer, and a LinkedIn learning instructor. But more importantly, I'm someone who's been in your shoes. Not too long ago, I was filled with doubt, stepping out of my comfort zone and navigating rejection after rejection. It wasn't an easy journey, but through perseverance, hard work, and lessons learned, I finally found my yes. That moment changed everything, not just for me, but for the many people I've since had the privilege to help. I've seen how lives transform when you have the right tools, when you have the right support and encouragement to pursue those six-figure project management roles. On the Project Management Connect show, here I share inspiring stories from project managers who've gone through aspiring to hire. I also bring in industry experts, recruiters, and hiring managers to show us how it's done. Together, we'll explore practical strategies and actionable tips to help you on your journey. So whether you're just starting out, transitioning into project management, or looking to elevate your project management career, this podcast is for you. If project management feels like your calling, or if you're just exploring, it's time to dive in. So let's get started, fellow project manager. Your journey begins here.
All right, so today we have with us Nisha. Nisha is a technical program manager and she works for an amazing company. But before we continue, hi Nisha, how are you?
I'm good, Anna. How are you?
Good, good. Do you want to introduce yourself to everybody today?
Sure. So my name is Nisha Shashibabu. So going back to my education, so I started my bachelor's in electronics and telecommunication and then my master's in electrical engineering, but with optional of project management in MBA. So that is about my education. And coming to my work experience, I do have 6+ years now, almost reaching to 7 years this August. So with that, I have 3 years of credit reporting company, that is Equifax. And then the rest years I've spent with the health insurance company, that is Humana. So currently, I'm still working with Humana, and that is my experience so far. So it is both technical as well as non-technical experience that I have with the 7 years of my career. So it was a huge transition, ups and downs. So yeah.
Yeah. But what made you excited about project management?
Right. So, as I mentioned in my education, right? So, I definitely wanted to go into core electrical engineering or electronics job. But then I always had something in my mind that I was definitely one step ahead when compared to my friends with respect to communication. I would not say I'm on the top of the game, but at least I know that I can at least present myself in a certain way. So I knew that that is one skill that I had during my master's, because I was very sure that will be my last education and I wanted to utilize it to my best. So there was always an option to choose other path as well with the electrical engineering or whatever core subject you have. And I was very specific that I wanted to do project management and engineering management because I had that zeal with me for a very long time. And I feel that was a right opportunity to choose it. And I feel that is what benefited me. And then I don't know, it's the destiny. I wanted to go into core electrical, but then with whatever happened, it brought me to project management at the end. So always I had that with me. Yep.
Yeah. And you said right now you're working on technical projects. You're a technical program manager. Tell us a little bit, who is a technical program manager?
Sure. So program manager, right now in every company, there's no thin line where Scrum Master, product manager, project manager. So everyone kind of does a same management job, wherein you're facilitating the team, making sure they don't have blockers or impediments working on their task. And at the same time, you have to report on a daily basis. And it's kind of also a management process where you are making sure that the team is getting all the resources that are required to make sure that a product is delivered on time. So during this process, a program manager with non-technical experience would do most of the management work, wherein you don't have to go into core of the development team. So you just have to build a structure on how a team is going to perform and what will be the planned work and the timelines and creating a roadmap to that specific program. So technical is where you have one-on-one conversations with your developers. You understand the technical aspects of that work, and at the same time, you have to mention like what dependencies can we expect in that. And again, all this is with what I have experienced.
Yeah.
Definitely differs with company to company organizations. So with my part, wherein I work with a core Splunk team. So having a technical knowledge was very essential for me. Without the technical knowledge, I will not be able to drive calls or requirement gathering. So yeah, so that's what, as we know that I'm playing multiple roles here. So I facilitate my developers with all the technical details by gathering these business use cases from different applications. So that's where the technical aspect is. And again, like as you keep going, you get more and more knowledge towards that, because you know that when a product is delivered, what are the validation steps and all those things. So I feel that is very essential in nowadays. I know technical is also in demand, but I feel with what my experience, technical is very important. If you want to speak and if you want to be heard in the calls, technical is definitely important.
Yeah. And for those of you who are listening and don't know, Nisha is a member of the Women in Project Management Network. And Nisha also you got a role, this opportunity that you are in right now as a technical program manager. And remember when you first got the role, you mentioned and said that you had to do a lot of studying and reading just to understand the technical aspects of what it is that you guys are working on. Tell us a little bit about that, to where you've gotten now to today.
Right. So my 3 years with Equifax, the credit reporting company, so there was barely anything technical. So as I mentioned, non-technical role, wherein I was always given an Excel sheet. Okay, filter this out, just bulk upload it in Jira or somewhere. So I was mostly handling the Jira stories and creating very minor dashboards. So I was not completely having a knowledge of what was exactly being built there. So mostly it was Excel work or creating dashboards for reporting, and again creating some website so that everyone can access, creating links and all. So that is like still a program manager's job, but then it was not our technical work. So after that, the project ended due to some other reasons. So I had to look for another opportunity within my organization. They were looking. So that time, it was very clear from there and that you need to learn technical. If you don't know, that's fine, but you have to step up to learn technical. So fortunately, I mean, again, every step of my career, I had really great people supporting me. Just like you, Anna, I had great people supporting me every time. There was the Splunk team in Humana were looking for a project manager specifically. So they hired me. They understood that I had the potential, and I was very clear that I'm not at all aware of any jargons with respect to Splunk. Then when I started joining and taking these calls, I understand like when they used to update me because they see me in a senior position. And when they used to update me, I would not even ask one question back because I did not understand what technical points were they trying to specify. Then at some point, even the team understood that maybe she is not that aware. It's better that we just give her the update. Okay, I'm doing it. It's in progress or something. That was one. And I was always like fly on the wall, always in meetings. And again, not to point out, I was not included in many serious discussions just because I was not technically aware. So that was a push and a motivation for me. And that's where I started. Every night I used to learn what Splunk is. And initially for program managers or project managers, they would not give the access to the Splunk portal. But then I fought and I got the access. And then I made sure I tried to get some hands-on experience. I won't say I'm doing a huge coding, but at least basic questions on how to search it, how to find certain things in a technical discussion. So that's what I've learned. And with time, it took me 1 year of time, rigorous learning and many portals and again, having one-on-one sessions with engineer. It is difficult. Like you will be pushed back a lot of times. You will be demotivated, but again, it is challenging. But then once you know that game, once after 1 year, I've learned the basics of Splunk on what they're doing. Then it was a very smooth process for me. So today, 3 years is what I've spent with Humana and that too in Splunk team. So with that knowledge only, I was able to go from Scrum Master, Project Manager, and now the Technical Program Manager. So that's how I transitioned with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that story, Nisha, because you took it upon yourself to learn. You didn't want to be a fly on the wall, as you said. You wanted to contribute to the discussion so that you know what the next steps you would take to support your team and the project to be successful. So, I know you joined the program around the pandemic and stuff like that. What made you join the program around that time?
Absolutely. Yeah. So initially, my resume actually was the grabbing point for people who are hiring me for a Scrum Master or a project manager. So with IT company, what happens is you definitely need more than just having a basic knowledge. So I wasn't getting from my peers in my own organization, and then exactly during the pandemic time itself, I lost that first project. So I was looking, I was on bench, as they say. So I was on bench and I needed someone to help me with that. I mean, I had the zeal within me, but no help from my organization because everyone is busy. And I wanted that push and someone who's well experienced in understanding what my problem is. So whatever. So then I started searching. So, you go through every website, Udemy. Then I went through YouTube videos and everything. I know what I know it's a very basic thing about the scrum calls or story pointers. Still, I was not able to understand what exactly was going on with that because I did not understand the core structure of the project manager and what is expected from you as a PM. Then again, fortunately, I found you on LinkedIn. I was following many people, like left and right every day. I used to follow 10 people, experienced people, reaching out to them. And then when looking for such opportunity, I found you and with the tag. And so that's where, just like anyone, I reached out to you. Then again, you were that savior. You're like, come, that's what I am here to help you. That's where I joined you. I remember, I don't know, right now I'm speaking this way having this knowledge only because at that time you were there to support me.
Yeah.
Because I was barely able to even speak anything. I know what my problem was, but I did not know how to take it forward. But you made sure that I was comfortable with the right people because everyone in that group were similar, having the similar experiences, similar struggles, where everyone wants to break into the industry but don't know how or where to start. Yeah, that's how you pushed us everyone like you have to be there directly, you have to speak up, you need to know and all these and then that's where it started and that's how I found you.
Yeah, and then you ended up getting your role and stuff like that. But how did you go ahead?
No, sorry. So yeah, that was very quick. I mean, with XP, because I was joining these calls and was making sure I was being also not only that, you also taught how to be organized while doing this process because you apply for jobs and you're all like in a state where you have to tailor a resume, everything. So while doing that, I was getting organized and you made everyone speak when there's some topic or something. So that also gave me a huge confidence during my interview. So that also I definitely have to mention.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome that that happened, and it happened for you kind of quickly. And you finally found your role as as a Scrum Master, but then you quickly also rose through the ranks within your organization because of your domain knowledge and your understanding of things like Splunk, which I don't know what Splunk is. I've seen it, but if you gave me a project where I had to understand that kind of stuff, I'll probably have to go through the rigor that she did to understand that. So tell us about your interview preparation, though. How'd that go?
Right. So, yeah, always I used to first take up the role description. This is again all the points that you have mentioned clearly. Make sure you go through the role description. What are they exactly looking for? Take those key points. If they're telling Azure, Splunk, whatever tools that they want, Jira, ServiceNow, or in my current organization for 3 years, I've been using Azure DevOps. We don't use Jira or all the Microsoft tools is what we use.
Yeah.
So Azure DevOps again was not at all in my resume. I was more comfortable with Jira. So yeah, so while preparing, so first thing is that you need to start speaking because that's what they're looking for. Because you're not being hired for engineering or a developer's role, the expectation from you is how efficiently you're able to handle a team. when there's a group of people where there is discussions, how efficiently are you able to put your point forward is what they're looking for. That is the main important thing. And then with that, let's say there's any question that you don't understand, asking the right questions back, because there will be situations where you are in a big meeting, there are leaders in that, and there's a question. If you don't understand the question, the right you need to ask the right questions back. That is very important. So that is what I've learned. And again, going back to the role description, I made sure that, let's say a role had, I remember specifically there was one role they wanted incident management as the technical, not the technical part, sorry, what do you say, in the role description they want someone with a background with incident management. I know I did not have the background, but whether you don't have a background, you have to show you have a knowledge on it, have experience, but you definitely have knowledge and you're ready to learn as well. Every time I used to get those points, I used to take those, and I would learn, at least get a brief understanding on what they're looking for. There was Power Automate, again, other scenario where I had the Power Automate interview. I had zero knowledge, but then I learned it. I understood the basics of it, and I was still able to crack at least my first round. I was able to do that. So that would at least push you one step further. Yeah. So getting to the role description and confidence is very important.
It's very important. Yeah, you are right. Because first of all, we are not 100% qualified for each role. We don't know everything. We'll learn some of the things on the role. And number two, it's important, as you said, as we talk about in the community, read everything on the job description from the very top to the last sentence, because you might find in there unique things that they're looking for, that you didn't research, or you would need maybe to add additional information on. So that's good that you did.
Right.
All right. So sounds like the program prepared you for, your job interviews. But what about your role right now? How did the program prepare you for the role?
So you're asking like the current role that I'm working on.
Yeah.
So how? Okay. So yeah, definitely, I feel you should be in those tough situations. You have to be in a room of people who know the complete knowledge, because that's where you will feel the urge to learn, is what I have experienced. Maybe everyone don't feel the same thing. I always used to push myself into those discussions where I had zero knowledge. So that's where I used to always capture these points. What are they discussing about? Although silly question, I definitely would put my voice out there, stating people that I'm also there in this call. So that is one point, because the main core, the characteristic of a PM should be that you are heard in the call. That's what I've learned with my experience. Yeah. Then I used to always take up those points and learn what they're trying to explain, whether it's deployment calls or anything. I always made sure that I took some points, follow points, always at the end of the call, take up follow points and send MOM. So when you send the MOM also, you will get to learn a lot of things. So when you send an MOM, some or the other team member would reach out stating that, okay, this person, they did not mean so and so, they meant it in a different way. So they were telling it to be delivered so and so date. So those things, I feel those were great experiences for me, because that's where I was learning, and that's one of the point. And then the other point was, yeah, again, making sure I'm into all the technical discussions and business gathering. So there's a process in Splunk specifically for my team. It's business requirement gathering is one of the major part as a PM program manager that you should do. And during those calls, I deal with 2 to 3 application teams every day. So you speak to many different teams, then that's how you get to learn. So that's what I feel, again, like you have to be involved more and more in starting stages of your career. And then it is a smooth process, but be more involved in every possible discussion that is going on in your organization. Yeah.
That's good. That's great information. So how has life changed for you since you found your role?
I have to say this. This role has given me a lot of confidence. I don't know how to express that, but not only professionally, personally also, I am able to speak on certain topics, and I know that at least I know how to handle it, is what I can tell. Again, it has given me a great career path as well. Now I have built a journey for myself. Now I can represent myself in any huge conferences, or because I know my game, where I know what I am doing, how I am supporting my team. So I clearly know my part here. And personally, professionally, it has boosted my confidence level. Yeah, I know that I will definitely, if I keep improving this way, I know that one day I'll definitely be there where I'm always like aiming for. I'll definitely be there. So that's what you have to be consistent and confident. And this role has given me that opportunity because you speak to many people like on a daily basis. Not only that, you have to organize your own calendar and make yourself available to certain discussions. Many things in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what advice do you have for any people or aspiring people who want to become technical project or program managers? What advice do you have for them? Or do you have any skills that they need to learn to help them get into that?
Right. So, some tools like Jira and Azure DevOps, Kanban board, or Trello, whatever boards that are there, that should be a bare minimum requirement. And then going forward for technical program managers specifically, nowadays I see that they want to see more of dashboarding and reporting. So I have learned Power BI during this process, not too much technical, but basically just for reporting aspects, I have learned Power BI and very bit of Tableau. So that is with reporting and with tracking and monitoring these work items. Then coming to the technical part, if you want to choose a very specific, I mean, a technology, then you can choose it. I was not specific with any technology. I was given a role, and then that's how I learned. Let's say a person is really interested to get in a Microsoft company, so learn more about the Microsoft tool, get those certifications, learn about Azure, go into like complete core knowledge of that. So either two ways. One is either get very basic knowledge on each technology and then keep applying for job. Once you land the job, then you can improve with that technical skill, or select one particular technology and go into deeper ends, like learn everything possible, then keep applying for the job. So only that specific job you can keep applying. So either one of the process. Yeah.
Yeah, because each company is different regarding what it is that they're working on. But it's important if you can transfer some of your skills from one organization to the next. But also, if you want to go deep, you can do that as well. So what's next for you in your career?
Definitely looking for a PPM role. Wanting improve more here. I know within my team, I really look up to my directors and AVPs and everyone. So definitely to their role. They handle multiple projects. So I currently handle a Power BI team. That's a very basic team. Then the Splunk is the core team, and associated, we have all the monitoring tools there: SolarWinds, Dynatrace, Azure. I do not handle them on a regular basis, but I do have conversation with them, and there are some work items that we discuss. So that is a very like on a very level where you're just a program manager and you're handling it. I want to go in a stage where I want to set these monitoring standards. I want to make the decision where which tool to be used for what kind of application, and create a better structure. Yeah. And that would be my next role. This is what I would say. Yeah.
That's good. That's good that you are looking ahead and you have people you're looking up to.
Yes.
Giving you, are you reaching out to them maybe for like maybe one-on-ones or
Yes.
shadowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not shadowing. They are very busy. So I have monthly one-on-ones. I know monthly is not enough. Weekly is a good option, I've heard. But I've had weekly calls, but they would never show up. I know because they're busy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame them. But yeah, at least having monthly one-on-ones. What I do is that in these monthly one-on-ones, when I have with my directors or with my AVP, I try to show what I'm currently working on. So they always give me feedback. Okay, you try to do it this way. This is how the leadership hire would like to view this section of the work that the engineers are working on. Or they'll always give me feedback. At the same time, like I keep checking with them. So how am I doing? I don't know, like at the end of the day, performance review and all is there. But still, when we have a one-on-one conversation, we get to know if they're really here, what impression they are currently having on us. And they are very brutal sometimes. They say that, so we were expecting certain deliverables from you, but that's not matching up to what you're supposed to do. So that is bitter truth, but that is good. Actually, you get to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I'm not doing it correct. And at the same time, I also inform them during these one-on-one calls about the pain points, like what if I'm being overburdened with work and all that. So again, creating a good rapport with your seniors is also very important because they'll provide you those inputs as well. Yeah.
That's good, because criticism is good, especially in your work environment. It is okay to be open to that, because that's how you're going to learn. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right. As we wrap up here today, Nisha, how can everyone find you and connect with you?
Absolutely. You can find me on LinkedIn, Nisha Shashi Babu, or you can reach out to Anna. She can directly direct towards me. You can always reach out to me with whatever experiences that I have, that I've learned. I can definitely provide you that. And if you have something, like whoever is trying to reach out to me, I would like to learn how they are taking their path forward. I'm sure everyone has a unique way of trying to get to a new role.
Yeah. Any final words, Nisha?
The only thing is that people who are looking at, because I was there 6 years back talking to Anna, really, I'm going back where I still remember the first time that I was talking to you. Very low in confidence. I knew that I was not able to crack this, and I knew that I had to take some other type of job, a development job or some other job where the opportunities are more here. So the only one thing is that don't lose that confidence, because always look forward and keep trying. I'm telling you that you have to keep trying, give as many interviews as possible, because that's where you will be ripped apart with all the questions, and then you'll know, okay, you are not that good with technical. You'll know the areas. I know that I'm not technical. Maybe management wise I'm able to talk, but technical I'm just going blank. So that's you, when you're giving these interviews, right? That's where you'll get to know your issues or the areas where you have to improve yourself. So don't give up is what I would say.
Yeah, do not give up. And I love that you're ending with do not give up, because that's how we can learn. And I appreciate it, Nisha. I'm so excited for you, because you've had tons of things happen to you from a personal level and also now on a professional level. And I appreciate you coming in today, sharing with us about your journey and how you finally landed a technical program manager role, and your goals for getting into some type of PPM role in the future. So thank you so much, Nisha. I truly appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you so much.